elections.
I briefed him, expedite it, and this is to enhance the implementation of the peace agreement and also contribute to the end for the elections that are coming up in December 2024. We also discussed the role of in the context of the East African community now that South Sudan has the presidency of chairship has to be headed by the Minister of Justice, and in that regard we exchanged views on the items of the agenda.
Vice President Rebecca Nyandeng de Mobior and the UN Humanitarian Coordinator Kiki Gebo have discussed humanitarian situation and impact of Sudan's conflict on South Sudan. In a media briefing on Monday, Kiki situation
had a regular meeting with the Vice President in her capacity as chair of the humanitarian cluster. We took the opportunity to discuss humanitarian issues in South Sudan at the moment, including the precious South Sudan. Leave is 1 year since the conflict broke out in Sudan, and this is a good time to review the impact it's having in Sudan and some of the other issues exacerbating the humanitarian situation. So it was a routine discussion, taking a holistic view of South Sudan and the humanitarian situation.
As the country prepares for general elections in December this year to mark the end of the transitional period and credible polls following Monday's meeting between the U.S. Ambassador Michael J. Hadler and the chairperson of the National Transitional Committee, Tut Galwak, who doubles as presidential advisor on security affairs. The two officials further discussed plans and activities to be accomplished prior to the general elections, among them including deployment and training of the Phase 2 of the Unified Forces and constitutional reform agenda.
I spoke with the Honorable in Washington, where I heard repeatedly in meetings concern about the pace of progress preparing for peaceful and genuine elections. We discussed action to create the conditions for genuine and peaceful elections to be possible. This includes establishment and deployment of necessary unified forces among political leaders on the 10 key issues for decision identified by the African Union, IGAD, and the United Nations. I emphasize duties placed.
The government has directed all public schools to implement the free education program nationwide. General Education Minister Wu Deng the students, which is illegal.
The school fees, it is illegal, and I would like us to adhere to all our children to school by creating a conducive environment for our children. So to the teachers and to the school children, free. Second, we have a old construction iron sheet. You have seen the heat wave that has hit this country. The temperatures were too high and we were pushed to close school down. Therefore, the space for learning. So we must create environment that is.
China has donated 625 tons and 1 ton of medicines to South Sudan. Chinese Ambassador Ma Yang delivered the donation to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation on Monday, demonstrating the warm Beijing-Juba bilateral relations. Des at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Ambassador Ruben Benjamin Marial commends China for the donation, which he said
what behind us are 2 containers. It's a donation from the Chinese Foreign Ministry to the South Sudanese Foreign Ministry to demonstrate that Chinese people are standing with our friends in South Sudan. We will always stand with our friends to overcome the difficulties in country. I want to assure you that China and South Sudan are very good friends, good brothers, and good partners. We will support each other in any way we can do for each other.
These containers have about 600 plus tons. That is the medicine and the tents. We already met my Foreign Affairs of the Republic of South Sudan have decided that we will donate the medicines to the Ministry of Health of the Republic of South Sudan. The tents, my minister, the occasion that we are doing now, will be valuable to our people.
Agricultural Bank's team took food production towards combating hunger and poverty. The plantation comprises a variety of crops such as maize, sorghum, pineapple. Member of the Agricultural Bank Board of Directors, Mayom Tulba Malwal, mentions bank's dedication to cultivating over 300 fedans. Managing Director of the Agricultural Bank, Makura Chek, outlines their plans to boost local production, with legislator Samuel Duardeng stressing the importance of agriculture in fostering.
Last year, and we are very grateful. The board, Agricultural Bank, and our president has declared this year is a year of agriculture, and we are on the ground. It's big. What we got last year, there was a famine in this area. The ground net has got some help to the community around, and we are going to have more than this.
His Excellency General Salva Kiir Mayardit, في افتتاح بتاع برلمان يوم 2 أبريل لكل شعب بتاع جنوب السودان يزرع تأكل من ما تزرع فدارين ناس يزرع فالشغل بتاع بان عندنا برنامج اسم الزول جاهز بميوم نعمل ندعمه.
This plantation is pineapple plantation. It is here. It is about 100. See how it will be flooding our market, our local market, the market in Rumbek, the market of Juba. It will still reach Juba because the road now is very good. And so this is what we can encourage as a bank, agriculture bank, to support such farmers. The C plus financial support.
The managing director of the Nile Pet, Engineer Bennett Amor Makany, and the Russian entrepreneurs have discussed oil refineries establishing an alternative oil pipeline. Engineer Amor Makany expresses government's commitment to fulfilling such plans for the well-being of the people of South Sudan. The officials are expected to sign an MOU in oil production as discussed between President Salva Kiir and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin in September last year. We are going for a short break, and when we come back, we shall go to Gogrial East County in Warab State, where Governor Kwal Mormor has called on the community there to embark on agriculture. These and more stories will come to you after the break. Please stay with us. Of Warab State Kwajok, Governor Kwal Mormor toured Gogrial East County and called on the community there to embrace peace with their neighbors as well as embarking on agriculture. Governor Kwal Mormor also reiterated for rehabilitation of roads to ease the movement of people and goods.
And all the challenges facing you, ranging from roads, issues of lack of health services, and the looming hunger because of the last year floods. My government is going to prioritize this county. We must make sure we renovate and repair some roads. Need for confrontation. No need for tribal confrontation. You are all one people. And focus on agriculture.
And the government of Upper Nile State discusses promoting peace among the community. State Information Minister Luke Sadaladeng briefed the media on the outcome of the meeting.
تعتبر الجلسة اليوم انعقد الجلسة الحكومة الولاية كملت كل التنفيذيين التنوير من ساعة الحاكم زيارته في المقاطعات والثاني كيف الناس تواصل مع بعض والناس تتركز على التعاون ما حدث فيه نائب حاكم انه يتعاون 13 كيفية استعدادا تماما بالنسبة لإقبال زيارة رئيس الجمهورية فخامة رئيس الجمهورية Comrade Salva Kiir
in Bahr el Ghazal State, where a team from the National Ministry of Roads and Bridges briefed Deputy Governor Zakaria Joseph Grang on plans to carry a field survey ahead of the resumption of work. They would cooperate with the African Kongdai Company for the success of the project. The head of the team, Engineer Samuel Ngor, who in partnership with Chinese company to begin work on Wau Awil Merem Road. The managing director of the African Kongdai Company, Luala Gur, affirmed.
هنا نقول لهم مرحبا بكم وتقدموا للمسح لأنه هو السبب الأول إنه يمسح ونينا في تنفيذ عشان ما ننقص شعبنا في المأزق بتاع المواصلات.
We are actually coming here, starting point, and they are to actually start all the engineering activities that start with the, after that, Changmu and Afro Kongdai will actually sit and had an agreement on how the work will be commenced.
done. كان جاهزين نحن كشركة جاهزين بخدمات لأي حاجة للشعب. ماشين تكابات كلادم very soon عشان نعمل الحاجات دي. نينا جينا مع شركة شريكنا اسمه سمو عشان نعمل assessment ونعرف ظروف معوقات بتاع الشارع وحاجات عشان نعمل assessment كله.
Still to come here. During a news conference in Juba on Monday, Taban says the African Alliance and the chair of the Council of the World Evangelical Alliance are expected to visit South Sudan on a peace mission. The secretary of the South Sudan Evangelical Alliance, Archbishop Arcangelo Wani, says the coalition is working to promoting peaceful coexistence among various communities in South Sudan.
Among all that we were
involved discussing in Addis was about peace in Africa. And in the person of me and our General Secretary, Bishop Dr. Arcangelo, we have come home pumped to also come and promote peace. We have come also with a request from our African President, our African General Secretary, the Chair of the Council of the World Evangelical Alliance. We have come with a request to communicate to our government and our President in particular that any time from now, they are ready to visit Juba. As we speak now, we had been empowered, we had been enlightened, that we should not be, the church should not be another opposition body to the government. We should not use our pulpits. Take the example of Esther in the Bible. I want to let you know that when our leaders come and they meet the president, we want to get Southern Sudanese to do that for America. Why can't we do it for our country, Southern Sudan? That is in chaos now. If we can mobilize Americans to tell America to do this, why can't we mobilize ourselves to help our government achieve peace?
Evangelical Alliance of South Sudan has a vision, and our vision is a united Bible-based the scriptures that we believe will transform this society, will make us what God wants us to be. And our mission is to facilitate programs that will enable people live in peace and harmony. Our desire as we endeavor in our work as Evangelical Alliance of South Sudan is to ensure that everything else that we do now and then brings our people together to live in peace.
The head of the Roman Catholic Church, Pope Francis, has congratulated South Sudanese on the occasion of Eid al-Fitr al-Mubarak. Vatican Ambassador to South Sudan, Ionet Paul, conveyed the message to the Secretary General of the South Sudan Islamic Council, Dr. Abdallah Brajral, in Juba on Monday. Isaac Ludoro has the details.
The Holy Father Pope Francis vividly recalls the level of religious tolerance among South Sudanese. On the occasions of Ramadan and Eid al-Fitr, the Holy Father congratulates all members of the Muslim community. He describes the holy month of Ramadan as spiritual season, which he advocates for forgiveness, love, and tolerance with the neighbors such as Christians. In a statement to SSBC, the Vatican ambassador to South Sudan, Enoch Paul, said his mission was to congratulate the Muslim community and to deliver a message of religious coexistence and peace building amongst religious denominations.
As Holy Father says, no war is holy, only peace is holy, and we have to work together to light the candle of peace. We can strengthen our relationship and share this message with our communities, and a special role is dedicated to the education, to our schools, to form the consciences. The conscience of the people to respect the human life, to respect the life of our brothers and sisters.
The Secretary General of South Sudan Islamic Council, Dr. Abdallah
استقبلناه في المجلس الإسلامي وجاء إلينا برسالة من البابا للمسلمين في جنوب السودان في تهنئة بعيد الفطر المبارك. وهذه رسالة بالنسبة لنا دي رسالة بتاعت محبة والسلام على دوره في دعم السلام وبين المسلمين وبين المسيحيين الكاثوليك بصورة خاصة.
Dr. Brajral appreciates the Holy Father Pope Francis for the role in supporting peace between Christian and Muslim communities and among South Sudanese.
ونحن دائما فهمنا هذه الرسالة والمسلمين برئاسة البابا وإمام الأكبر. نحن في جنوب السودان بنتمتع احترامنا المتبادل بين المسلمين والمسيحيين، وهذا ما يعزز رسالة البابا وإمام الأكبر على الناس يعيش في سلام.
To South Sudan early February 2023, along with the Archbishop of the Canterbury and the moderator of the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland.
The African Resources Corporation has hosted a media tour to assess the construction of Terkeka-Rumbek Highway. The company's project manager, Monong Zakaria, says they are committed to connecting
The media tour of the highway from Terkeka to Rumbek. Members of the team were convinced the road project is progressing well. Workers along the road were busily engaged in tarmacking the highway and building drainage system to prevent flooding. ARC project manager Monong Zakaria assured the people along the road the company is working to accomplish the project within 2 years.
We are currently at kilometer 94, Juba, which is about 40 kilo from Terkeka. So far, say from Terkeka, and I would like to take you through 3 different points. Number 1 is the asphalt, how we are working on the asphalt. To reach here, it took us like 2 months and a half. Yes. But within those 2 months and a half, we are not working usually because we are having some challenge of bitumen supply in place. This is number 1. Number 2, the current asphalt layer we are in, the mixed design is being done in Juba. In Juba, we have 2 asphalt plants. We have in Luri and we have in Tutush. The maximum production they can produce a day is 70 trips. And all the way from there to here is about 160 kilo. From Luri to reach here is about 160 kilo. So a truck can travel about 170 kilo to bring them done.
I finished the first one. The first one you need like 1 day, 2 days to be ready to start. It's moving slowly, but I do my best to finish the work before 2 months.
The media team, the accompanying media reporters and the people living in the specific time frame to expedite traffic, movements and trade activities. Mangar Gabriel, SSBC, Ramshiel.
Always on our YouTube channel, that is SSBC Official, and on Facebook page, SSBC TV. From me, Abraham Aken, and the whole team here, we thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.